Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday. I don't know the date. Hold on. March 29th. And today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, Misty, AMZY, PLTY, and Simcy. So, since it's Saturday, what does that mean? That means everybody had to close out their trades. Everybody. So, the daily intraday trade download is massive. So let's scroll down. Let's see who had trades. TSLY had trades. Okay. NVIDIA had trades. Oh my God. NVIDIA had a lot of trades. AMZY even had a lot of trades. Wow. CONY had a lot of trades. Who else? Misty. I mean, you know how Misty goes. Good Lord. Gotta move the heater already. Who else? Simcy and PLTY. All right, so yeah, everyone had trades. Okay, I think that's kind of a given. So we'll start with Misty first, as we usually do, and I mean, we got what, row 154 to row 199. So I'm not even gonna go any further. I'm gonna ask, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It is greatly appreciated. It does help the channel. And obviously you can always further help the channel by sharing with friends, family, or in other groups. All right. That being said, let's look at this. Like, what did they do? Where do you even begin? Again, we can go through it here, but I do cover Misty in a little more detail on another file. I just wanted to show you how many trades there actually were, which is really crazy. Luckily, yesterday I did not have 4 hours of baseball. I only had 2, so I had some time to get these done. And I believe I got it done right. But yeah, you never know, man. You never know. All right, let's get to it. All right, where's the Misty files? Here we go. So they have 2 synthetic positions, as you know. Both are sitting at 330. So there's a 330 that expires on 4/17. So if you look, the last trade done there was on March 17th. So, it wasn't that long ago, maybe a few days, they were in a profit in this position. And since then, the market is just like, what happened? Inflation got higher? I don't even know. I mean, of course, inflation's disaster. Like, what? How is this news? But again, I don't know. I don't read all the news. I'm sure there's other things. Probably the T word. This is the famous T word. I can't say it. I don't. We don't want the market to go down. But I mean, it's already down. But needless to say, it's gone down a lot. So now they're down 12.3% from the actual strike here, and they have 20 days. 20 days until expiration. So they may actually lose money on this, unfortunately, and I say unfortunate because they're making money currently on the synthetic finally. And I thought, we were going to get a pretty payment, but I don't know, man. I'm not sure that's going to be the case. All right. So as far as yesterday was March 28th. So they did add 600 contracts to the other 330 synthetic. And you could see, because since they're so far under that strike, selling a put they'll pay. It'll pay a pretty penny. And it did. 3.5 million total. Net that with the buy call, they got like 2.2 million just to open 600 more contracts. So, and that's realized income, which is great. But, we still, we got to get to recovery. This one at least has 49 days. So that's a decent amount of time. And man, with crypto is a super crazy roller coaster, as many of you know. I just sent out a tweet. I said, good morning. The market is closed and we are certainly better off that way. I think, not that we want to go into the weekend like that, but you know what? We don't need another day like that. Let's take a break. Because if Monday's like that, then yeah, let it be 2 days away. All right. So yesterday, what are we talking about? Here's what we're talking about. MSTR went down 10.84%. MSTY, I mean, it pretty much went down with it for the most part, 9.79%. All right, so it was, brutal. What can you say? Brutal. Absolutely brutal. So let's look at the closures from yesterday. Scroll up. Anything in white is what we did not cover, what was still open as of yesterday. So you can see what they closed, all right? So I know it's really, really hard to look at. There's a lot of colors, but those colors, believe me, you have to when you have all those trades. But what you want to focus on under column I, the close price, right? These are how much they paid or received when they closed. So if it's in red, that's the sold call, right? That's a debit. They're paying out 4 cents per share to close out the 350 yesterday, all right? And then obviously that gets netted against the credit overall, right? 551. And then, in the end, there's what's called the profit loss. And this is obviously a profit of 1.3 million. So, sneak peek, we won. We won all of our trades that were left, right? So again, they had the 350, right? They have another 350. They paid 3 cents for that one. Profit, how much? Again, 625,000. They bought a call that attached to that one essentially, and that was about another 241,000. So they won about 380,000. Sorry, my nose is a little stuffy this morning. It's gonna be a nice day today. Nice day for a scrimmage. That's good. All right. I know, random thought. 350, 3 cents, 3 cents. Again, win, win, win. And let's just show the wins over here. Look at that profit. Yep, 500K, cha-ching, 1.1 million, cha-ching. And then, about 500 something thousand right there. So, if we keep going, obviously more of the same, 3 cents, 3 cents, they won their trades, all right? How much did they win? Do you want to know? I keep asking that question. I think it seems that people do. So I'm just going to scroll along here. They won about 25 mil on that. This one, there's a bunch of credit call spreads mixed in there, so it doesn't do it any justice. That one's about 1.1 mil, 3.2 mil, about 1.9 mil, about 2.1 mil. Lots of money, man. Lots of money. So the market sucks right now. It's awful. Now, one thing to note, not to throw salt on a wound here, but there was a lot of trades that they closed out early. Remember on the Monday, and because Monday was super green, so they closed them out. But it turns out they would have won those trades as well, right? So if you look, MSTR is at 289. So 289 is under any strike price that they had, that they closed out for a loss on the Monday, which is unfortunate, man. It's very unfortunate. And I know we didn't know. Who knows? You can't time the market, but I don't know. That's why I feel like almost in all cases, we should let these contracts, run its course. All right, so let's just go. What do we got? 328 was yesterday. So basically they just opened a whole bunch of new trades, and it's too hard to go to on here, as you know, so I'm just going to go directly to the holdings tab, and that'll have it. Now this buy call on the top, if you look, this is expiration date 328. I'm not sure why it's still there. It's worth a penny, so who really gives a crap, to be honest? So for now, I'm just going to ignore that. All right, so let's get that out of the picture. Now, look at this picture. You don't normally see it like this. Look how many strike prices they have. Now, this is also because they opened new positions throughout, Thursday and Friday, clearly. And Thursday, the price was much different than the Friday price. And then obviously they have to space out a lot of their trades. They have a lot of contracts, and from what I understand, it is very complex how they do it. And that's something like I said, I'm gonna have Jay on again. Don't worry. After baseball season, we're gonna go through like kind of some of the complexity of how they handle MSTY, and also we're gonna have, it's gonna be like more of an education, right? Because I'm gonna go over some of the things that I complain about and get his thoughts, and if he thinks otherwise, obviously it's his fund, so we would need him to educate us accordingly. That'll be through my questions and the community questions. So, stay tuned for that, because it'll be more high level. Obviously, it wouldn't be more so a beginner interview. I'll say we'll just keep it, detailed, very detailed questions. So I will probably, keep out the basic questions. And I'll make sure people know that in advance, because a lot of my interviews, I took any and all questions, but I want to keep this very, high level, based on people who have been in this fund forever, who have concerning questions, which is all good. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let me stop. So, what you need to know, what I'm looking at, again, if you're at the gym, if you're driving and you can't see the screen, here's what you need to know. Scatter-doo-doo, right? What does that mean? Well, we are scattered, man. We got the lowest strike price is 320. The highest strike price is 355. And we've pretty much got everything in between. All right. So here's the strikes: 320, 330, 332.50, 335, 337.50, 350, 350, 250. And then we got 355. Our out of the money percentages 10.57% to 22.66%. If there ever was a time to buy Misty and capture upside appreciation, oh man, this is pretty sweet spot. Why do I say that? Well, number one, I don't know what Misty's going to do, or MSTR I should say. Like if MSTR goes up Monday, this is what I'm talking about. I am talking about our lowest covered call is 10% out of the money, so we would not miss out. Like you wouldn't, we'd basically get most of that appreciation. If MSTR went up, say 8% on Monday, we would capture most of that. All right, most of that. We'd still be, lacking a little, I'm sure, but we'd capture most of that. But obviously, yeah, MSTR could go down. It'd be stupid. We buy and we lose. But, all I'm saying is when you get an opportunity like this, which is not, they don't set it up this way. It just kind of happened that way because the market tanked. But, yeah, it's a little rough out there. And it's hard, who has buying powder anyway? Like, who can actually buy? I know I really can't. Because I'm dipping to the margin now, on the other accounts. Not like on my one account, I'm not really using the margin technically. It's just, it's on there for pending puts because I keep rolling some puts. And that's just until the market recovers, right? I'm letting some get assigned here and there, but all right. Again, I'm rambling. I'll stop. All right. Anyway, let's get to it. Outstanding shares did increase by 300,000. So yeah, great, wonderful. Who cares? 30-day IV, 84%. At least that went up. Outstanding shares, 109.4 mil. Total net income, it's still a loss, but it's a $24 million loss. So obviously that got a little better. Reaction, I mean, nothing to say, man. It's just red, down, down, down. Group D declares 11 days on April 9th. All right. Now, here's the good part. Now, I know it's hard to imagine the good part after the brutalness of the market, but technically over this 4-week cycle so far, we have made 262 million in synthetic income. Now, the weeklies, again, we made money yesterday, so this loss decreased. So now our total net income is 237 million, which guess what, guys? We were rooting for $2. We now have made over $2 per share, $2.17 per share. The only downside now is our other synthetics, should they close them out, are really hurting. And it's not good, right? But again, as we stand, we're good. Like income-wise, we may get $2. But if MSTR really doesn't recover and it doesn't look like our other synthetics are going to be in a profit, I'm sure whoever decides to make the Misty payment, decides the number, they may consider that. That's just my thought. But again, as people thought was funny yesterday, I'm just a schmuck in a garage, right? Schmuck in the Garage. That should be my new YouTube channel. All right, anyway, let's move on. By the way, I woke up freaking late today, so I'm all out of sorts. I hit, I don't even know what the hell I hit. My phone went off. I grabbed into it. It fell. I assumed it hit snooze, and then 30 minutes later, it did not. So I'm like, okay, late start to the day. All right, here we go. Synthetic position, 330. Yeah, man, it's in trouble. I won't, I'll be nice. I'm not gonna sing Gold Digger. We'll give it time. I mean, again, it was a little brutal yesterday. We know that. We went through all those positions. So let's just get right to the bottom. The value of the total value of this fund is still over 2 bill, 2.2 bill. The NAV is showing 2034, trade price 2037. So still, basically at launch price or above, which is awesome. And we talked about the synthetic. Yeah, man, it's negative 291 mil, which is negative 267 per share. So again, if they closed them out early, it would hurt. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Can you keep crypto down? I don't know. All right, so we went through Misty. I know I rambled on and on. I don't even know what the hell I talked about, but we went through Misty. Hopefully that was okay. And now we're going to go just right to the top, because Saturday video, what do? I just go through all the trades, except the stupid inverse funds and some of these other ones. But I try to just, keep it basic. So here's TSLY. Tesla was part of this, everything got freaking sold. Sell. Everyone sold. Who's selling, by the way? I'm not selling. Are you selling? I don't know. Some of these bigwigs, who the hell knows? Buy to close, 6 cents. They won 1 penny. They won 1 penny. They won 1 penny. They won 26 cents on that. So what you need to know is cover call ETF yesterday, they're winning their trades. And that's the beauty of it, right? That's the good thing. I know it's hard to imagine anything good about this current market, but hey, they're winning their trades. So Tesla yesterday, actually not that bad. It went down 3.63%. TSLY went down as well, but only 3.25%. Still, pretty big, drop comparably to the underlying. But if we look at their synthetic position, they have a 220. Again, Tesla's at 263, so that 220 is pretty sweet. Now, the 355, that's another story, right? Because now that's 34% away for making money. And April 17th, that's less than a month away. All right, so, is it a gold digger? I guess it is, right? You take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger. Well, time that dig on me. So yeah, it's funny because I posted a short with the Gold Digger song, and people were like, "Oh, I finally heard this song." I'm like, "Really?" Again, that makes me. I'm sure the old. I'm sure I have a lot of younger viewers who maybe have not heard of that song, but it doesn't seem that old to me. Anyway, synthetically, it's a mess, man. Why am I singing Gold Digger? It's just simply put, the puts like it just costs too much to close, and it costs too much to close because the strike price is way above the current price of the underlying. And keep in mind, there's two parts of the synthetic. There's the sell put, and down here there's the buy call, and we want the price of the underlying to be above the price of the synthetic strike so we can make money, right? Not 84 cents per share like this. We want to make money once they have to roll this, all right? Because if we do, guess what? It's like a bonus payment every time, all right? And it feels like it's been quite some time since we got like one of those, All right, so let's cover the holdings. Let's see where we stand heading into next week. Are you guys ready for next week? No, we're not. We need the break. It's a good mental break, having a weekend. Should the market be open during the weekends? How about no? I'm good with a no on that. Anyway, so let's see. They're selling calls here. 9,000. I'm shutting this off. I am sweating. 9,383 contracts. 280 strike price. 6.24% out of the money. Is that safe? Not necessarily. 15,383 contracts, 282.50 strike price, 7.19% out of the money. 3,397 contracts, 285 strike price, 8.14% out of the money. And then 4,598 contracts, 287.50 strike, 9% out of the money. And then there's a big gap in between, and then they got 2,147 contracts, 312.50 strike, 18.57% out of the money. Because they probably opened that position on the Thursday, right? So they are anywhere from 6 to 18% out of the money. Again, not as great as an opportunity for upside, just like Misty, but pretty decent, man, pretty decent. So if Tesla does decide to recover, TSLY should recover a decent amount. And of course, they did buy a call. There's a 310 call right in between. That's 17% away. So nothing to get too excited about. But it is always nice to see the buy call in between the sell calls. The value of the TSLY fund, it's under a bill. We know that. I'm done. Yeah, we know they're a loser. But 902 mil. The NAV is 834, trade price 832. Synthetic is actually worth money. I know we sang Gold Digger, but that was just for the one synthetic. The other synthetic is very valuable, and it's so valuable that it's pushing up that we have an overall profit currently, again, on paper, of 20 cents per share. Now, the 30-day IV of Tesla is pretty sweet, 75.99%. IV estimate is showing to be 49 cents per share. That sucks. Income estimate, it's negative, so we really can't use that. And guess what? Group A declares in 18 days on April 16th. All right, so that's TSLY. Now let's keep it going. Again, I don't want to waste too much of your time. People will bitch if the video is too long. OARC, again, I'm going to go through everything. OARC by the close, 1 penny. They won their trade. All right, so they're selling a call for next week. $51 strike price, 4.72% out of the money. Appley's up next. They bought a close 4 cents, so they won their call yesterday, and now they're selling a call for next week, 225 strike price, 3.26% out of the money. Next is NVDY, which is insanity. I mean, row 34 to row 61. Yeah, and for NVDY, that is a lot. I mean, these funds are getting so big. Like, this file is just going to be like, I don't know. They may stop posting it, right? It's just going to get so big. I don't know. Because technically, I don't believe they have to post this information, right? That's my understanding. They're just being, honest and showing you all the data. And if, by the way, if they don't post it, what am I going to do? I'm just going to show the holdings. Again, kind of like what I do on the others. So it's not like a big deal to me. In fact, that may be a blessing to me. I know you guys are going to yell at me for that, but yeah, no, it is cool to see the trades, but there's just so many. All right, buy to close a penny, they won that trade. Great. Buy to close penny, they won that trade. I mean, they're paying pennies to close their freaking trades, right? That's how far Nvidia went down under the strike. Pennies, literally pennies. And why are they paying a penny, by the way, right? Because if you look, they're 12% out of the money. Like, this was a 123 strike. Nvidia was at 109. Why should they have to pay anything? And the reason is because they want to close it early. Since you want to close it early, you got to pay a penny at least, right? You got to pay a penny. And why do you want to close it early? It's because you want to use those same number of contracts to sell calls into the next week. And the reason they typically want to do that is they don't really go any period of time without having calls. So I know in the beginning, there was some cases there they would close a trade and actually wait a day or two to open the new one. They don't do that anymore. Now what they do is they roll. So they essentially close and open the new position right away. And the reason for that is, I believe, which again, this is something we get at SJ as well, is the time value. They take advantage of every little piece, every single minute. Time value premium. That's what they want. All right. Anyway, let's move on. I kind of like the heater noise. Right now it's like I'm like talking in a cave. All right, let's go to the file. One day I'm going to do a live Q&A in the garage. One day. Yeah, one day I'm going to do a lot of things, right? Anyway, I'm turning back this freaking heater. I need the a little noise. I'm just going to move it back. All right, so how did Nvidia do yesterday? Actually, not terrible, man. It went down 1.6%. NVDY went down 1.55. So, hey, not bad. Not bad at all. What about their synthetics? They have a 110, a 115, and a 130. I mean, Nvidia's at 109. The 130s, I'd say that's pretty much a gold digger. A gold digger, because the put, man, it's 18% away. It's $126 million to close right now. It's like, oh man. But, I mean, last I checked, Nvidia, and I'll show you that in a second. I believe Nvidia did. Actually, I'll show you that right now, because it's on this freaking file. Nvidia, I think they have overall income. Where the hell am I? Oh, there you go. Yeah, Nvidia, 11.3 mil since the last declaration, which, they've made 14 cents per share so far. Again, that's the beauty of tracking it this way. And I'll go through all, this at the end. But what this is I take all the trades, all the downloads from the trades, I put it in one file, and then I do a pivot table, and then I grab how much, basically realized income or losses each fund is making. And then, for the funds that I do cover, I know the outstanding shares, so I'll plug that in, and then I'll show you how much per share they're making. The others, I'll just show you how much they're making overall. But when it comes to the guesstimate date, I will obviously I'll get the outstanding shares myself on these others. Make sense? Again, hopefully it does. I don't freaking know. Yeah, let's just see where we're at for next week. All right, here we go. We got 3 strikes. Split up pretty good, I guess, maybe. $1, then $3. 46,900 contracts, 114 strike, 3.95% out of the money. That's the lowest strike. 42,047 contracts, 115 strike price, 4.86% out of the money. And then they got 29,893 contracts, 118 strike price, 7.6% out of the money. So no double digit out of the money, just 3 to 7 basically. Is that safe? I don't know, man. I don't really. Nobody knows. Nobody freaking knows. But it's not a terrible spot to be in. So the value of the NVDY fund is about 1.2 bill. The NAV is 1548, and the trade price is 1549. Synthetically, what do we got? Yeah, we're in the negative. We know that. So let's move on. 30-day IV of Nvidia, they're showing 46%. That's okay. IV estimate based on that is 56 cents, and Group B declares in 25 days on April 23rd. All right, so that's Nvidia. Moving on to the trade file. Let's keep going. Let's keep it going. Right after Nvidia is who? AMZY. Obviously another fund we cover. Let's see what they did. Buy to close, 2 cents. Buy to close, 3 cents. Buy to close, 5 cents. What does that mean? You know what that means. They won their trades, all right? So that's good. So let's just go to the file and let's resume coverage here. All right, how did Amazon do yesterday? Amazon over the 1 day, they had a rough day, man. Oh, wow. They went down 4.48%. AMZY, they did well. They only went down 3.02%. Well, they did well comparably, of course. They didn't do well in general. So, not terrible for AMZY, because I believe they were in the money from what I remember. So that's obviously, if they had some tight calls, down day would, help them essentially, beat the underlying more. And they did. Now, synthetically, they do have it 235. Amazon is at 192. So, I mean, that's nasty. That's 21% away. So that's sing worthy. So I'll let you guys sing on your own if you want. I know most people don't even care about AMZY, because it's not like degenerate enough for them. But AMZY has 6,000 contracts, 197.50 strike, 2.48% out of the money. Wow, that's tight. 6,675 contracts, 200 strike, 3.78% out of the money. So, yeah, they got some tight strikes for next week because, after a pretty big red week, if we get good news over the weekend, we could be in for a nice green week. But, I mean, are we going to ever freaking... Like, anytime we get any shred of good news, there's like 3 things of bad news. So, I just feel like we're we're just in a rut, and it's just going to be like this for a little bit, and we're just going to have to deal with it. It is what it is. The value of this fund is 250 mil. The NAV is 1620, trade price 1623. So yes, AMZY's at $16. And no, it's not YieldMax fault. It's the market. The market is down, right? I love, it's just, YieldMax, these funds only go down. No, the market's been going down. Like, hello, are you there? Like, hello. Anyway, let's go. 30-day IV Amazon is 34%. It's decent for Amazon. IV estimate 44 cents. That's for AMZY. They're part of Group D. They declare soon, 11 days away on April 9th. Up next on this file is CONY, but let's go to the the trades. Up next here is GUI. Let's see, buy to close a penny. Yeah, man. So obviously they're winning their trade. They sold a call for next week. 162.50. That's 5.29% out of the money. That's fine. Buy to close here, 21 cents, 4 cents. What else we got? 2 cents. All right, so NVDY, they won their trades, and then they're selling calls. Ooh, 1,000 even. How much is that? 7% out of the money. Selling a call here, 977.50, 4.67% out of the money, and then a 970. Keep getting lower here, 3.87% out of the money. So that's the update on NVDY. And then, of course, here's CONY, 1 penny, buy to close. Of course, super cheap. Why is it super cheap? Why do they only have to pay a penny? Look at the strike price, guys, 200. Coin closed at 173. So obviously, yeah, penny. Basically the cheapest price possible, penny. Here we go. I guess they're at it selling puts, new money. Oh, this one they had to pay 2 pennies because, all right, the strike was 200. Well, no, I mean, I guess it depends on the time of day. They had probably more time value left on that one. Again, penny. But who cares about pennies? All right, we're not here to count pennies. So let's go to the file. All right, so here's CONY. Hey, CONY, how are you? Yeah. All right, coin. Yesterday, it went down 8.42%. CONY went down 7.89%. So, is that a good day? No, it's freaking horrible. All right, let's move on. Synthetic-wise, yeah, not good. Not good at all. Coin is at 173. They had the lowest synthetic is 185, so that one sucks. And then the 220, forget it, man. This is a gold digger deluxe, right? So, yeah. We should be singing, but we're done with it. We're over it. So let's just get through the trades, all right? I'm not going to waste any more of your time, even though this video clearly is going to be a minimum of 50 minutes. 21,590 contracts, 185 strikes, 6.36% out of the money. 1,800 contracts, 187.50 strike, 7.8% out of the money. 12,480 contracts, 190 strike, 9.24% out of the money, and then 16,110 strike. Oh my God, contracts, 200 strike price, 14.99% out of the money. Now that one I like. I like 14.99% out of the money. A lot of upside capture there, while still winning the calls, which would be sweet. All right, the value of the fund is still close to a bill, 904 mil. The NAV is not pretty, 771. Trade price 773. I think I got a message on YouTube, something about will CONY reverse split. Guys, all I'm gonna say when you ask that question, I'm like, look at Murney, all right, and then come back to me. 30-day IV is 69%. IV estimate is 42 cents on that. Group C declares in 4 days, so that's next week. So obviously CONY will be part of the Sunday guesstimate, which. I don't see any reason to give it anything really more than the 42 cents, to be honest. So, that's kind of a dead giveaway. The IV estimate is probably the estimate. I'll have to do, comparably to see what they have been paying, but this might be one of the lowest payments, which is unfortunate, but, it is what it is, man. There's going to be bad times in the market, and we are in those bad times, right? I love when people say it's not a bear market yet. Okay, Okay, buddy. Look at our portfolio. Then talk to me. All right, MSFO, how you doing? You did good too. 3 cents. Buy to close 3 cents. So they're winning their trades. And then they're selling calls for next week. They have a 390, 2.96% out of the money on that. And then 387.50 strike, 2.3% out of the money. So obviously, Microsoft, just like AMZY, Amazon, they don't go that far out of the money because their IV is not, too crazy, which means, it's not expected that the underlying would shift that much. Disso for Disney, buy to close to 2 cents. Yep, that's a win. Duh. They opened their new trade with a 101 strike. That's 2.99% out of the money. That's for next week. Zomo. All right. ExxonMobil, baby. What do we got? 6 cents. All right. They won that trade. They opened a new one for next week. They chose a 119 strike price. That is, oh my God, 1% out of the money. Eek. Not much room there. And up next is AMZY. Buy to close, 1 penny. AMD won their trade. Good job. They're selling calls for next week. 107 strike, 3.66% out of the money. Seems a little tight for AMD. But, hey, what the hell. All right, up next is Squee. I haven't done that in a while. Squee. I don't think I could do it today. All right, but anyway, SQY. Their underlying is XYZ, which was Square, Block Inc., whatever. They changed their name 50,000 times, their ticker a million times. But whatever. XYZ, okay, whatever. Buy to close 3 cents. Great. They won that trade. Buy to close 2 cents. Great. So they're winning their trades. They're open new positions for next week. Are you ready? 58 strike, 4.83% out of the money. Okay. I guess that's okay. 57 strike, 3% out of the money. Up next is AIYY, underlying AI or C3 dot whatever. Buy to close 1 penny. Yeah, AI winning. What are they? Wait, what is that? Okay, it's down here. Sorry. $23 strike price for next week. 5.46% out of the money. All right, a little more wiggle room on that one. There's Misty. We're definitely not talking about Misty again. That was enough for us in the beginning. YBIT is up. Buy to close 1 penny. Oh my God, 1 penny. Buy to just 2 transactions. Now this is old school. Again, they just closed the call and they open a new one. No credit call spreads involved here. All right, so they paid a penny. They won that trade. They're selling a call for next week. They have a 49.50 strike price. That is 4.08% out of the money. All right. Their underlying right now is IBIT. Up next is Crash. Crash, we don't care about you, even though you're probably doing well at the moment, actually. So let's look at Actually, do we want to look? No, we'll check at the end. GDXY, buy to close. Oh, 29 cents. Damn, that's expensive. Let's see. The strike was 46. They closed at 45. Wow, that's a nail biter, man. That's a nail biter. So, yeah, they pretty much... What did they pay? All right, so again, this is a good example. 46 strike. 46 minus 45.57, right? So that's what, 43 cents? So we closed at, we paid 29 cents, right? But again, the 43 cents is below the strike price. If it was above, okay, then obviously we'd be paying 43 cents plus time value. But instead, we're paying again, there's no intrinsic, right? Because the strike is greater than the underlying price. So this is all time value. So if they closed this at 359, this would have been a penny, I'm sure, or 350, or 345, or 340, right? But they probably closed this maybe a little earlier in the day. We also don't know the stock price of GDX at that point in time. By the way, this is the gold fund, which maybe this is good diversification because clearly they're not dropping like the others, right? So that's always something to think about. You look at Exxon, you look at GDXY. This is just different, it's not necessarily, because when the overall market goes down, yeah, a lot of the stocks that S&P 500, NASDAQ, they're going to go down. But what about gold, right? What about precious metals? What about, Exxon? What about oil? We don't know. It could be different. It could be safer in that environment. We don't know. But anyway, did they win the trade? Yes. That's the bottom line. All right. So they saw the call for next week. Basically the same strike, 47 strike, 3% out of the money. So we'll see how that goes. Again, I always said I'm a fan of GDXY. I don't buy the individual underlyings anymore because I just don't want the individual underlying risk. And I know in this type of environment, it doesn't even matter. Everything's down anyway. So, I'm getting my ass kicked even on like the YieldMaxes of the world. All right, so what do we got? We got SMCY, buy to close 2 cents. Yeah, safe to say that's a win. Buy to close 4 cents. Yeah, that's a win. So let's see what they did for next week. They got a 155 strike, 2.9% out of the money, and another 155 strike, 2.9% out of the money. So not a lot of scatter-do on that one. Up next is Airbnb. I saw that the Airbnb co-founder is part of the Doge coverage, or the Doge unit, shall we say, which is pretty cool. Not saying Airbnb is one of my favorite stocks, but hey, it's impressive to kind of like find a company like that. So obviously, I don't know how the hell Elon got all these people to help, but there's like a rocket scientist there. It's nuts. Anyway, or former rocket scientist. Buy to close 8 cents, and yeah, that's a win. And then they're selling calls here. It's 125 strike price, 3.57% out of the money. So I guess that's good enough. Up next is Fiat. That's the inverse of Coin. Again, they probably did good yesterday. And then Dips is the inverse of Nvidia. That probably did decent. All right, Babo. I got a lot of messages. Can you cover Babo? I mean, I'm sorry I can't, but I do appreciate the love of Babo. Babo doing decent now, maybe not really, but better than the others, maybe. All right, buy to close 1 penny. That's a win. 2 cents. That's a win. 1 penny. That's a win. All right, so Babo won their trades. No shocker there. Let's look at the strike price for next week. 137, 3.45% out of the money. Here's another one. All right, 137, 3.45. That's another same. Then 137. All right, a lot of 137s. So for next week. Here's the inverse of the Qs. YQQQ. Yeah, moving on. All right. Here's another fund we cover. Hey, SMCY, or shall we say Simcy. Buy to close 1 penny. Wow, yeah, they won that trade. Buy to close, 1 penny. They won that trade. All right, so SMCY won their trades. Let's see what they got for next week on our, let's go back to our file. It's been a while. All right, so here we go. 1 day movement. SMCI yesterday. It went down 1.34%. SMCY went down 1.2%. I feel like I always screw these up, but yeah. Again, not terrible day, but they were not doing good earlier in the week either. Their synthetic is $57, 57 strike. The underlying price is 34. I mean, that's 66% away. This is a freaking gold digger if I've ever seen one. This is the definition of gold digger. What's the expiration? Oh, man. 417. So take a look at this, man. R buy call, this call, it's worth 8 cents per share. The put is $22.64. You take my money. You take my money. You taking my money. You keep taking my money. Yeah. You keep taking my money. How much money? Too much money, man. $70 million. But what can you do, man? The underlying's going down. SMCI. A company like this who's already kind of taken a beating recently, they don't need this. But, yeah, they're getting beat down, man. Beat down. Buying opportunity? I don't know. You guys tell me. You're the geniuses, right? Because everyone knows everything about the stock market. That's kind of how it is. You go to, if you're in like investment groups or you follow different channels, there's always everyone's such a genius. Everyone's such an expert. So you just got to just understand that, right? And just say, okay, oh, this is in a bear market. This is going to go. Okay. That's what I say. Okay. It's going to go up. Okay. It's going to go down. Okay. Whatever you say. Anyway, That's why I like options. So again, I'll trade options on the way down, on the way up. When it doesn't move, I don't really care. You can tell me where the market goes, and you could be right, you could be wrong. If that's what you want to do with your life, that's fine. That's go ahead. We'll all call you a genius, and you can only talk about your wins too if you want. Anyway, what do we got? 15,950 contracts, 3650 strikes, 6.54% out of the money. Then 15,086 contracts, 38 strike, 10.92% out of the money. So 2 strike prices, and yeah, I guess there's a decent amount of room, but we'll see. The value of the fund is 106 mil. The NAV is 20. Trade price 27.7 at the close. 30-day IV is 88%. That's what I love. 88% IV. IV estimate is $1.42. They're part of Group D. They declare in 11 days. Last is PLTY. I believe they're next on the trades, but let's see. Maybe not. Oh, no, they are. Okay. So what are they? What happened with them? Buy to close, 2 cents. Great. 1 cent. Great. 1 cent. Great. 1 cent. Great. So what does that mean? It means when they sold the call originally, they made a lot of premium. And guess what? They just had to close it, and they paid basically nothing. So that means all of that premium, they kept that. Money in the bank, baby. Oh, yeah. But at what expense, right? At the expense of the synthetic losing money. But we always hope the synthetic will make money when all said and done. That's why we like the FAR expirations. So let's look at Palantir. How'd they do? They went down 4.94%. PLTY actually went down a little more. This is unusual. They went down 4.95%. Now, their synthetic, believe it or not, this is probably one of the only ones that's actually doing decent. No, I think TSLY was actually profitable overall. But this is just the one synthetic. They have a synthetic 80. Palantir's at 85. So they're actually still in a good spot. So the fact that they won their trades and their synthetic is still in a good spot is really awesome. Again, one of the better funds recently. All right, here we go for next week. They're selling calls, $90 strike price, 4.83% out of the money. I mean, that one's a little tight, but this one is not. 7,520 contracts, 98 strike price, 14.15% out of the money. So that's a great position to be in. The value of the fund is 173 mil. The NAV is 57. Trade price 57.95. Again, this fund launched at 50, so they're still doing pretty decent. Their synthetic is actually worth $4.24 per share. Their 30-day IV is 68%. Their IV estimate is 305. They're part of Group B, and they declare in 24 days. Why? Well, they just declared and they just paid, right? Everyone got their $5 dividend, and they are happy. They are all PLTY fans. They're rolling in the dough, or they're just paying off their margin. I'm not sure. You guys let me know. All right, let's just keep going down the line. So that's the coverage on all the funds that we normally cover. Now we'll just keep going through the rest of these. Marrow, buy to close a penny. So they won their trades. For next week, they're selling a call, $13 strike, 4.25% out of the money. And then another one, $13 strike, 4.25% out of the money. Up next is the Carvana fund, CVNY, buy to close, 2 cents. They won their trade. And then they're selling a call for next week, 212 strike price, 3.96% out of the money. Here's the new fund, WNTR. This is an MSTY, or MSTR, I should say, short, right? So they're going to short, essentially, MSTR, so they'll make money when MSTR goes down, which, lately that's happening. ETF price is not updated. But obviously, I think it launched at 50, and I'm assuming it's doing rather well after yesterday. And so here's Ulti. Again, I don't really cover Ulti because there's just too many trades. So if we scroll through, you could pretty much get the gist when you look at the buy to close. If I see any buy to close that lost, yeah, there is none. So they won all their trades. LFGY, let me see if there's any ones that are high. No, it looks like LFGY won all their trades. Sorry, I'm going fast, but you guys know it's a long video. GPTY, they won their trades. That's the, blah, 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 blah. All right, so that's it, man. That is it. That's a lot. That was a lot of trades. Do you agree with me? That's a lot of trades. Now, I did say at the end I would go through the group pivot tables over here. Again, this is something else I'm working on. So basically, they declare the morning of, before the market even opens, a group will declare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture the money made as of that declaration date all the way up to the day before the next declaration date. And then I'm just going to capture the actual how much realized income or loss was made during that time. And as you can see, Crash is making money, 336,000. GUI has made 111,000. OARC has made 267,000. SNOY has made 730,000. TSLY has lost 58 million. TSMY has made 620,000. Zomo has lost 548,000, and then YBit has lost 2 million. And then we go to Group B. Again, they declared just this week, so we started tracking this as of trades on the March 26th. Babo has made 435,000. Dips has, how the hell they're losing money? They lost 431,000. Phoebe has made 230,000. GDXY has lost 420,000. JPMO lost 1.3 mil. Mavro has made 646,000. Good job. Murney has made 980. What? Murney has made 981,000. Wow, good job, Murney. You the man. NVDY doing well as well, right? Is that how you talk? 11.3 mil. Yeah, good job. That's 14 cents per share. PLTY has lost 1.9 mil, but that's okay. We're not worried about PLTY. All right, so that's it, man. That's the coverage of everything. And that's enough, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know. It's the weekend, man. We should be happy. But we kind of got beat up yesterday. So, slow start to the weekend. Of course, guys, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. I'm giving my opinion on the various trades of YieldMax. I'm trying to cover and somewhat educate you on, what they did. Whether I think it's right or wrong, that's another story. You guys determine that on your own. All right. If you enjoy this content, and I said this in the beginning, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down in the comments below. Outside of that, I got nothing else, but I'm supposed to think of a keyword, and the keyword is yeah, man, I guess we're happy the weekend is here, right? So the weekend kind of saved us from another red day, because today could have just been another red day. So I guess the keyword today is, thank God it's Saturday, TGIS, right? So we'll just go with that. I know, pretty lame-o. My keywords have been lame-o, but I gotta wake up, get more creative lately. Gotta think about things, but yeah. But to be honest, the weekend did save us. So thank God it's Saturday. So that being said, if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta type down in the comments below TGIS. Sound good? Easy enough? Great. All right. Outside of that, guys, really, for real, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I know a lot of you, it's hard to make it through this long-ass video. It's so hard. And I hope it motivates you when you're working out, when you're going running. I don't know how, but I really do. Do one more set. If you're lifting right now, right this second, if you're running, keep going. Do another rep. Do another mile. Just do it. Do it, man. I gotta, lead by example here. I gotta get my ass to the gym or go running today. I gotta do something before the baseball scrimmage, but we'll see, man. It's supposed to be a nice day here in New Jersey. Thank you, finally. It's supposed to be like freaking 80. You have no idea how exciting that is. The only problem is now my 9-year-old, he's going to want to have a friend, in between baseball, have a friend over, want to be outside, do this, do that, the other thing. He's like a nonstop freaking warrior. He never gets tired. And unfortunately, I'm an old fart. And now I'm always tired. But no, I could keep going. I can keep up with them still. So that's the important part. So anyway, I know I'm done rambling. I rambled a lot this video, so I apologize for that. So I'll end it there. Keyword TGIS. I will talk to you guys on Monday. So sorry, no song. Monday. Here's my Monday song. I'll leave you on that. Monday, 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 Monday.